Welcome back to another video, folks. So today I am going to do a full gaming review of the Redmi Note 10. I've been using this phone for a couple of days and now I decided to do its full gaming review. Before I go ahead, I would like to request you all to please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. And also, if you find this video good enough at some point, do hit the like button as well. Alright, so this is my Redmi Note 10, the 4 gigs and 128 gigs variant with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 678 chipset. And first of all, I would like to show you that the phone is charged up to 93% and it's using full brightness. Wi-Fi is connected on the phone right now and all the other options turned on are right in front of you. I will be recording the real-time FPS on this phone, and for that I will be using my Gamebench Pro application. I have a pro account for this application which gives me the real-time frame rate of all the games, and as you can see I have added the Asphalt 9, Call of Duty and the Pubg Mobile, Sonic Dash and Subway Surf in this application. Before I start the gaming review, I would like to show you the current temperature of this phone. As there is nothing going on right now, it's 31 degrees, 33 degrees, 33 degrees again, and at the back we have 34, 31. So the phone's temperature is in the line of 30 degrees and it's quite normal right now. No heating up or no such thing going on. And to start this test off, I would like to start off the Pubg Mobile first of all. Alright, so we are in the main menu of the Pubg Mobile now. And first of all, I would like to show you the settings, the graphic settings for this game. Now in the graphics here, you can see that we are currently using the HD graphics and we have the high frame rate, and if I switch it to the smooth graphics we can unlock the ultra frame rate on this phone. And first of all, I am going to play the game in this mode. Now you can see the frame rates here on the top right corner of the screen, and I am also going to show you the frame rates that are shown by the phone itself. So here the game turbo shows the frame rate as well. It's showing us 31 frame rates right now, and our own FPS meter is showing us 30 frame rates per second right now. And I am going to start the game now. In the first run, I will play the Pubg Mobile for about 15 to 20 minutes and then I will switch the graphics. I will be giving you my real-time feedback, and also as far as the graphics are concerned, they look quite good. I am not finding them as bad. Yes, as the clouds appear here, you can see that the highlights in the clouds are a bit blown off. They are not as sharp or as detailed as a high-end smartphone. So one thing that we have to keep in mind throughout this gameplay is that this phone is a budget device, so its budget should not be neglected while judging its gaming performance or its graphics performance in the games. The water is not of very high quality either, but obviously we are using the smooth graphics and ultra frame rate. We'll switch the graphics to HD in a bit, but this is how it looks in the smooth graphics. The elements underneath this plane do not look very detailed either as they look on a high-end smartphone, but once again I would like to remind you that it's a low-end smartphone, so uh, it won't be a good idea to expect more than this from this one. It's giving us 40 FPS right now. Now guys, remember that we are already using the highest available frame rate on this phone, the ultra frame rate, so it's not going to cross 40 frame rates whatsoever. This is the highest that you will get from this phone. We'll definitely check the frame rate with other graphic options combination in a while. Landing in the most dangerous area, I am not sure what's going to happen here. Guys, I would also like to tell you that I am not a pro player. So when you are watching this video, make sure that you do not judge my gameplay and you keep your eyes on the metrics of the performance of this phone's gaming only. I do not play the games in my daily routine. I just play the games when I have to make such a video. So I just use my small amount of expertise that I have developed while testing different games on different smartphones. So it's really easy for my enemies to find me and kill me before I do any kind of harm to them. So yeah, make sure that you keep it in mind. And here we go. We've got our first kill. Alright, so we have got 2 kills so far. My health is dropping, but okay, so as far as the gameplay itself is concerned, the game is not lagging. I can feel a little bit of temperature towards the camera of this phone, but overall it's fine so far. The game does not feel like it's slow or it's just not working good enough. I think it's being played very well on this phone, and most of the players will find it working well without any kind of delays or without any kind of lags. Pretty good so far. Let's see if we can find some more enemies to kill them or just to get killed. As you can see that it's giving us a frame rate of 40 consistently. It just drops down to 39 at times or 35 at times, but for the most part it's sticking to 40, which is a really good thing for this phone. I do hope that you guys do not expect 60 frames per second from such a phone. But the way the smartphone industry is moving, the way the companies are improving their low end smartphones, I do hope that by 2022, we'll get low end smartphones that will start giving us 60 frame rates or better graphics than what we have right now. We have dual stereo speakers on this phone, and the speaker performance is quite good as well. I do not have any kind of issues with these speakers. The sound output, the quality of sound is quite good. I can listen to the feats of the enemy when they approach me, which is, I think, one of the main concerns for the PUBG mobile players. I will definitely test some other games too. PUBG is not going to be the only game that I am going to test in this phone, because this is not your average or typical gaming test. I am going to do a complete, thorough testing on this phone as far as the games are concerned. It's been 8 minutes since I started the PUBG mobile, and so far we are getting a consistent frame rate of 40. I cannot find this damn enemy. Okay, so here's the dude. I think this one is a better gun. Not really a PUBG pro player, so I just pick up whatever looks good to me. So I've got 3 kills. So I've got 3 kills so far, and I am into the 11th and now going to be in the 12th minute of this gameplay. Going to play in this smooth and ultra mode for about 15 minutes, and then I'll switch the graphics. I'll definitely let you guys know as well, and I'll try to add the tickers on the screen too, so that you stay informed about what I am doing and what settings I am using in the games at the moment. You can see that the trees are not very sharp, but they don't look bad at all. The sky doesn't look bad. Let me just give you a quick temperature check as well, so you can see. Okay, so one area of the phone shows 42, 35. Let's see what's going on towards the back of this phone. So you can see that 42 on the front is right where the cameras are placed. As I was telling you that I can feel a little bit of high temperature towards the camera module of this phone, and when I show you the temperature from this area, you can see that it's quite high. So in the end, a grenade has killed me, and I can see that it's been 15 minutes since I have been playing in this mode as well. So now I am just going to. Okay, so I am being revived. It's not done yet, guys. So let's see what happens next. I am revived now. I'm just going to run away from here. I am into the 20th minute now, and the touch responsiveness of this phone is really good. No complaints there at all. Now, one thing that I used to have a complaint about on the previous Redmi phones was that the LCD displays they start feeling oily after playing the games for a while. This is not the case with the Super AMOLED screens. These screens have a really good comfort. They do not make your hands feel oily or something like that. So that's a positive here as well. Since this is a very lightweight and thin phone, it also doesn't make your hands tired. I must state that here as well because for the very first time, the build size and the weight of a Xiaomi phone has impressed me this much. 18 players are still alive, and now that I am this far in the game, I have decided to end it. This scene looks really good. The colors are on point here. You can see that the water once again is not as detailed, but it's not as bad either. The water doesn't have its real feel that you would get on a flagship phone only otherwise. It would be really interesting to see how the graphics of the Redmi Note 10 Pro or the Note 10 Pro turn out to be because they have a better chipset with a better GPU. I think we are going to win this one. Let's see. Only five are alive at this point, and it would be really interesting to see who wins this match from here because only two of us are alive. Just one enemy to go now. Three are alive in total, including the two of us. And guys, it's been about 30 minutes now since I started the game in this mode. So the temperature feels the same. I'll just check how good it is. And here we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We won the match, and first of all, I would like to show you the temperature after the 30 minutes of gameplay. 38, 43 is the highest temperature on the front, and at the back, the temperature is 39, 40, 38, 36. So the 43 degrees is the highest temperature on the front of this phone. And now I am going to change the graphics of this phone. I am now going to switch to HD and high, and I'll play this game for just a couple of minutes as I said. This is just to show you how the game performs when you have set different graphics. The graphics are definitely much better when switched to high and HD. You can see the details I have gotten a little better now. Everything looks sharp on the screen. But the frame rate will not cross 30 now. I am sure about that because the high frame rate is capped at 30. So this is what we are going to get. You can see that the water is a little more detailed as well. Now you can see this shine on these rocks. It looks good now. So definitely there is an improvement in the graphics, but obviously at the cost of frame rates. But I think even 30 frame rates, 30 consistent frame rates on this phone for this game are good enough. The game is definitely not as smooth as it was with the smooth graphics. However, it's still quite good. Let's see how the elements look on the ground. You can see that the clouds are clearly visible, which is another sign that the graphics are quite good right now. Everything is much more detailed for sure now. The game looks quite good in this mode. It would be interesting to see how the temperature maintains itself with the graphics and the frame rate set at high. First one taken down. And roasted with the bullets. So guys, as you can see, the graphics are definitely more detailed and They are much better. The game is smooth, but not as smooth as it was previously. There are actually no big lags or no jitters here in the game. Overall, I can say that this phone can definitely run the PUBG Mobile for very good gamers as well. The guys who love to play games all the time, this phone can definitely surprise them as well with its capabilities. It's a very good choice for playing PUBG Mobile for sure. I'll move on to other games, but before that, I would like to show you the temperature of this phone once again. Now that I switched its graphics, you can see that it's at 42 degrees, 43 degrees, 37 degrees, 36 degrees, and 37 degrees, 36 degrees. So I played the game for about 35 minutes, the PUBG Mobile, and in the first half I got a frame rate of 40 FPS, and then I got a frame rate of 30 FPS. You can see that I've got a median FPS of 39. This game consumed about 12% of the CPU, 473 MBs of RAM, and there are about 6.3 hours remaining to play the PUBG Mobile on this phone. I would also like to show you that it consumed about 16% battery per hour while I was playing the game for about 37 minutes at first, and these are the other stats. And in the first 37 minutes, the phone lost about 10 to 12% of its battery. It's down to 82% from 93 or 94% originally. Alright, so here I am in the main menu of the quad mobile, and I am going to set the graphics of this game to high as I did for the PUBG Mobile. So let's go ahead and see that. So here we have the very high options for both the graphics. Okay, so we have the max option for the frame rate. I am going to set it to max, and unfortunately I can set high and max but not very high and max. So I am going with high and max here. As you can see that the FPS tool is showing us 30 frame rates per second right now. It has now jumped up to 60 for this screen. Okay, I think we are going to get 60 FPS for the quad mobile on the smartphone, which is really good for a low-end phone. The game is extremely fluid. It's so smooth. I wasn't expecting this from this phone. It's really good. So this is where they are spawning from. I guess I'm just going to kill most of them here. Now that I know they will spawn from here. The frame rate is stable around 60 so far. It does drop down at times, but for most of the times it is stable at 60 only, which is good. It's really fun to play this game on the smartphone. I am liking it. It has not disappointed me for any of the games so far, for the PUBG Mobile or for the Quad Mobile. Both games are running extremely well on the smartphone. The temperature is also somewhat acceptable, as I told you guys. As we saw, it hit 43 degrees for the upper side, which is not bad. It's actually not bad as long as it is not crossing 45 degrees. And obviously the credit goes to its Qualcomm Snapdragon 678 chipset as well. I think the gamers are going to love this phone. It's got a huge 5000 mAh battery inside, so you can obviously guess how long this phone is going to last when you play your favorite games on this one. Guys, I would once again like to remind you that if you like my content, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon, and help me cross 50,000 subscribers. It's been so long since I am stuck around 39,000 subscribers, and I really want to get to my target this year. So it would be massively appreciated if you guys can help me out with that. And by the way, I'll be doing the same gaming test for the Samsung Galaxy A52 and A72. And I would also like to tell you that I am planning on getting the A52 and the A72 5G variants So get ready for some amazing content on my channel. And as you can see, we got a median FPS of 57 for quad mobile. Other stats are not yet available. So I think they will be available in a while. We'll check this later on because Gamebench takes a little bit of time to analyze all the stats and show us in the application. Once again, you can see the frame rates in the middle. Right now, it's showing me the 60 frame rates, but the game hasn't started yet. Let's see how much frame rate do we get when the game finally starts. By the way, if you guys have any other games that I should be including in my gaming reviews, make sure you drop their name in the comments below. I'll check the games out and try to get a hang of those games. First of all, I would like to change the graphics settings for this game as well. You can see that I have set the visual quality to high. The game is not very much detailed, but it looks good, not bad. The display looks a little bit oversharp. But there are no lags and no jitters in the game, which is really good. The fast and furious trend. And we have won the game. So this game did not cross 30 frames per second with the very high quality graphics. In the end, I have a couple of runner games. I will start off with Sonic Dash. $60 FPS so far, something really good. Okay, this game is fun to play on this. Okay, this game is fun to play on this smartphone. I am liking it. This game is also giving us consistent 60 frames per second. So definitely you are going to enjoy the runner games on this smartphone. Most of the runner games will give you the same frame rate and the graphics are really neat for this game as well. This is not a big game, but even then the graphics do matter and the graphics can get worse on some smartphones at times. And this is one of the smartphones that is not going to disappoint you as far as the graphics for different games are concerned. Subway Surfers look really good on this smartphone as well, and the game is smooth, extremely smooth. Obviously, this is the lightest game in all the games that I have tried so far. The whole purpose is just to show you how this phone runs the heavier games and how it runs the smaller games. The heavier games are not problematic for the smartphone and it runs the smaller games smoother than anything else. So the point is, whether you want to do heavy gaming on the smartphone or you just want to play lighter games, you are going to enjoy this phone in both the cases. The speakers are good, the screen is good, the touch responsiveness is really good. I'll just show you the battery performance after playing this game for a minute or two as well. By the way, we have already crossed over an hour of gaming and so far the phone's temperature management has remained really good. It's impressive. The phone has not picked up too much of heat that would just annoy my hands. I'll quickly show you the temperature of the phone at the end of this almost 1 hour of gaming as well. 42 degrees, 38 degrees. Okay, the highest temperature on this phone after an hour of gaming is 42 degrees, which is really good. And after an hour of gaming, we are down to 75% battery from about 93 or 94% battery. Phone is really good for playing the game. So if you are considering this phone as your primary gaming device, it gets a vote from me. Let me know about your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you found this video good enough. Subscribe if you haven't yet. With that said, I will sign off and see you all in the next one.